"He's not my dad." Boy mouthed words to a biker in parking lot that made him blocked the only exit. The sun was beginning to dip below the jagged peaks of the Bridger Mountains, casting long, golden shadows across the bustling parking lot of a popular Bozeman, Montana grocery store. It was a Friday evening, the kind where families rush to grab dinner before the weekend truly begins. Amidst the sea of minivans and pickup trucks sat Caleb Stone Maddox, a retired Montana Highway Patrol trooper with 22 years of service etched into the lines of his face. Stone preferred the solitude of his motorcycle to the noise of crowds. He was just tightening his glove when his instincts, sharp as ever after decades on the road, prickled at the back of his neck. A black SUV had pulled into a spot nearby. A man in his 30s, wearing a generic baseball cap pulled low, stepped out and opened the rear door. Out stepped a small boy, no older than 7, clutching a stuffed bear with white-knuckled desperation. The man grabbed the boy's wrist, not with the gentle guidance of a father, but with a gripping force that made the child stumble. The boy didn't cry, he didn't scream. Instead, his eyes scanned the parking lot frantically until they locked onto Stone. As the man dragged the child toward the store entrance, the boy turned his head slightly. His lips moved silently, forming 3 distinct words that cut through the ambient noise of engines and chatter. "He's not my dad." Time seemed to freeze for Stone. In his 2 decades of law enforcement, he had learned that silence often screamed louder than sirens. He saw the terror in the child's wide, pleading eyes, a look that transcended language. There was no hesitation. Stone didn't run, he calculated. He knew this parking lot had only one main exit due to ongoing construction. If that SUV left, the boy vanished into the vast Montana wilderness, perhaps never to be seen again. With a roar that startled nearby shoppers, Stone kick-started his heavy cruiser motorcycle. He didn't chase the man into the store. Instead, he gunned the engine and sped toward the single exit lane. With precision born of high-speed pursuit training, he swung his bike sideways, laying it down just enough to create an impenetrable steel barrier across the asphalt. He planted his boots firmly, arms crossed, becoming a living gatekeeper. He immediately dialed 911, his voice steady and commanding as he relayed the license plate, the description of the suspect, and the critical situation. Inside the store, the kidnapper realized something was wrong. Perhaps he saw the police lights flashing in the distance or sensed the sudden shift in atmosphere. He burst out of the automatic doors, dragging the screaming boy now, and sprinted toward his vehicle. But as he approached the exit, he found his path blocked by the imposing figure of the biker and the gleaming chrome of the motorcycle. Panic set in. The man shoved the boy into the passenger seat, slammed the door, and floored the accelerator. Ignoring the curb, the SUV lurched forward, tires screeching as it jumped the concrete barrier, shaking violently before landing hard on the side street. Stone watched them flee, knowing his job was done. The trap was sprung, and the authorities were already en route. Within minutes, the wail of sirens filled the air. Bozeman police units, alerted by Stone's precise description, coordinated a flawless interception. They boxed the fleeing SUV against a chain-link fence before it could merge onto the highway. The SUV was apprehended without further incident, trembling as officers pulled him from the vehicle. But all eyes were on the back seat. When the door opened, little Evans stumbled out, sobbing. Moments later, a woman came running from the crowd, her face pale with fear that instantly melted into overwhelming relief. She collapsed to her knees, wrapping her arms around Evan. The reunion was raw and tearful, a testament to the fragile nature of safety and the miracle of its restoration. Evan clung to his mother, whispering over and over that he was safe. Later that evening, after the statements were taken and the chaos subsided, Stone spotted Evan packing up his gear. The boy walked over, his small hand reaching out to touch the cold metal of the motorcycle. With a shy smile, he asked if he could sit on it. Stone lifted him up, placing the helmet gently on the boy's head. For a moment, the weight of the world lifted. They weren't just a stranger and a victim, they were a community bound by a silent promise to protect one another. This story reminds us that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear leather vests and ride motorcycles. It teaches us the vital importance of trusting our instincts. When something feels wrong, speak up. When you see a child in distress, act. because in those split seconds, your awareness can change a life forever. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of community awareness, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that restore faith in humanity. Your support helps us spread hope to millions. Don't forget to tell us in the comments where you're watching from today. Thanks for watching.